Have fun with this. We have worked so hard over the last several years to get our legislative agenda not only heard, but moved through the legislative process and finally finished. Now we're embarking on a new set of legislative items.
Really exciting to see that things do change in Washington. Sometimes it seems like things don't change, and it's easy to get cynical.
I love bringing new people down to DC and teaching them about the legislative process.
I never thought about that I could actually, as an individual, have a small impact on that actual process.
We are dealing with the issues of having fresh blood out there, getting excited about what we're doing, learning about how to do it well, and having some serious impact on the quality of life of blind and visually impaired people in the years to come.
This doesn't only touch me through blindness, it touches me through my career, so I'm really happy to be part of this year.
Let's go out there and let's kick some butt.
Well, thank you for coming in. You open our eyes to some things that we need to
thank you for
be doing on that.
We do.
Thank you.
We appreciate all your support.
No, look, we've been happy to do it, and we'll keep plugging and keep working away. Thanks for coming by.
I'll make sure that the congressman sees us.
Very good. Then what do you feel comfortable doing number 2?
Well, I think the prescription drug labeling, we can start with that, and if you want to lead off with that.
Yeah, but I want you to be sure to bring in the mom stories.
Yes,
to
of
go
course.
Along
I
with
have plenty, and I could end with my own story of that.
I'll pass that on to you. There are 3 issues that we're here to talk about today. Both our parent organization, the American Council of the Blind, and our state organization, the Bay State Council, have relied fairly heavily on vehicle donation funding. So we've lost a huge percentage of our funding base as a result of that. That would make a big difference to us if the senator can do what he can to get people involved in that process. And we have 2 items that we'll be making our primary work for the next couple of years.
And part of what the American Council of the Blind is doing is we're trying to get the Prescription Drug Accessibility Act in place.
You know, we can all take great pride in the fact that really for the first time we're going to have rules that implement the Americans with Disabilities Act that say what we have always thought that they meant, but which have never really been adequately enforced. In order for communication to be effective, when you and I wander into a pharmacy and ask for our prescriptions to be filled, those pharmacies need to ensure that they communicate with us, affording the same degree of privacy and independence to us that they afford all of the rest of their customers.
We need to have equal communication across the board.
All those lovely pills make my life just a little complicated. Which one do I take, how often, what is it called, what kind of things might it interact with negatively?
I was prescribed some medication and went to the doctor for follow-up a month later to find out my lab work was worse than it was before the medication. Went to the pharmacy with a new prescription and learned that they didn't only give me the wrong dose, they'd given me the wrong prescription.
Safety, it really comes down to a safety issue, health-wise. So I think that's what we're looking for, is just the ability to have safe, accessible prescription drug labeling.
So we're looking not so much to say how it should be done, but rather it needs to be done. When in Massachusetts, we've been working on this kind of an issue on a state basis for 8 years without success. We really need the federal government to stand up and say, you know, the FDA is there, it's a federal agency, and there's a reason why it's federal.
We want to empower, give authority to the Food and Drug Administration to develop standards that retail pharmacies would then be expected to use as they meet their obligation to provide effective communication.
It's access to information is really what it is when it comes down to it.
Our 3rd issue is related to access to low vision devices.
Under Medicare, prescription eyeglasses aren't covered, and they've rolled blindness into that.
So if you have a video magnifier, well, that sucker, no matter how much, you have to plug it in. And Lord knows you can't wear it on your head like a pair of glasses. And it magnifies print 80 times the normal size, much more than any pair of glasses I know of. They're going to say, you know what, that thing uses a lens, and anything that uses a lens, as though it's like eyeglasses and contacts that we are not going to pay for.
There's a real difference between what's considered a low vision aid and eyeglasses. We're just asking that it be considered that these low vision aids be covered under durable medical equipment as under Medicare.
If you didn't have that device, what would you have to do?
We're not asking for a pair of glasses, we're asking for inclusion, not exclusion, for things that we need to get by in life.
Folks, that any discussion of healthcare reform is wanting if it does not address the needs of folks who are blind or visually impaired in several areas, and this is one of them.
Then we're also this year reaching out on an even larger level for the seniors and trying to speak to a broader disability community as well.
Do you think we might be able to count on Ed to be the lead sponsor on this one?
He's going to take it on.
I'm hoping this will be a bipartisan issue. It certainly should be.
To Senator John F. Kerry, in recognition of his commitment to the safety of pedestrians with visual impairments, as demonstrated by his sponsorship of the Pedestrian Safety Enhancement Act of 2010.
This gives us a little bit more momentum towards people being able to live a independent life.
This award means, you have no idea, it means the world to me, and it is something that I am going to continue to work to earn, in the future by partnering with you to guarantee universal rights for all in the technology era of the 21st century. Thank you all so much.
Obviously, the success that we had last year as an affiliate and as a national group is just tremendous.
I want to go back home inspired to pay more attention in the future. And it feels good to be part of an organization that is so focused and has the passion to really deal with issues and make change in our world.
And obviously fundraising helps us to do the advocacy, such as sending people down here to Washington and the other programs and conventions and things that we do to better the lives of blind persons throughout the state of Massachusetts and the nation.
We've got a lot of work left to do.
The thing I want to leave you with, though, is one word: patience.